there's a lot of fear still coming out with a couple of smaller altcoins. There's a lot of fear being spread over the last couple days, and one of them is with our favorite one of our favorites, which is Cardano. Charles Hoskinson the other day is facing a lot of backlash over the last 48 hours with regards to his Cardano predictions from last year. Last year, he came out on Twitter and said a couple of things. He said on July 26, 2020, this time next year, I predict there will be hundreds of assets running on Cardano, thousands of dApps, tons of interesting projects, and lots of unique use and utility. 2021 is going to be so much fun watching Cardano grow and evolve. The community is definitely ready to innovate. And then people came out and are like, listen, Charles, you predicted this a year back, and there are no assets on ADA. Forget thousands of dApps, not a single dApp on ADA, and only 1 to 2 projects have been announced working on ADA. What happened to your predictions? Why are we not doing as well? And the thing that I like to think about with this, they're making it like Cardano has done nothing in the last year, when they have done so much. Cardano has made so many major announcements. First of all, they had a major partnership with Ethiopia. In addition to this, they also they're already getting integrated into real world scenarios. In addition to this, they recently just surpassed 650,000 staking addresses, which means more people are believing in it long term, more people are investing in it. Third thing is they're talking with El Salvador to potentially become integrated into the entire economic world in El Salvador ever since El Salvador made Bitcoin legal tender. So people are saying, oh, they didn't meet all these expectations. And yeah, I get it. There's no way of denying that they didn't meet all their predictions that he said. But remember, these are predictions. And do you want someone leading a company that's going to say, oh, maybe we'll do this, it's like you're starting a new company. We'll have 5 people next year. We'll have 10 people. No, you want someone who has big goals, big goals, trying to accomplish those. And if they fall short, they fall short, but you're still ending up better than what you would have. We see that with Tesla. Elon Musk. This is what I compare it to, Tesla and Elon Musk. Elon Musk has come out so many times since 2018 and said that autonomous cars, their full self-driving technology, was going to be rolled out. 2018, he says it was going to be ready. 2019, he said it was going to be ready. In 2021, he said it was going to take 2 weeks back in April. They still don't have this software ready. So when you're saying, oh, Cardano is they have meet none of their expectations, look at all these predictions, none of them came true, I would just compare it to Tesla and dozens of other companies that are trying to do something so innovative and change the world. Obviously, they're going to have big goals and big aspirations, and sometimes they're going to fall short. It doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but it means, sometimes they're trying to do things that are very difficult and very hard and have never been done before. So it takes time to develop, and sometimes they're a little more optimistic than they originally anticipated. With a publicly traded company, this would be bad. If Cardano was a publicly traded company and investors were looking at their revenue every quarter, and let's say when companies give quarterly, what they're predicting their earnings are going to be for Q2 or Q3 of a year. You don't want to over-promise and under-deliver. You rather under-promise and over-deliver. It's much better to give you to over-deliver on those numbers. But when you're talking about a startup, which I would say Cardano is, it's a brand new sort of idea. They're building very rapidly. Yes, they've been around for a couple of years, but still they're a startup. So you don't look at revenue numbers and things like that for Cardano. So in my opinion, if you're a startup, you're growing, it's better to give, big predictions, because people aren't investing on what they're doing now. People are investing on what they're going to do in the future. So if they just said, next year this time we'd have a couple of projects, that's it. It's who wants to invest in that? No, you're investing on the big picture, what they can do in the future and the exciting things to come. So in my opinion, with Tesla, it's fine if they sometimes give really bold predictions. Elon Musk gives really bold predictions. Yes, it gets annoying. It's not always right to investors, but they're still beating expectations in terms of delivery numbers. But when you're talking about autonomous driving software, full self-driving, or talking about Cardano having more decentralized finance applications built on it, those are very big ideas. Those are very different, and they're things that really have never been done before. No one has the self-driving software and full self-driving software that Tesla is working on, they're going to be the first. Same with Cardano. A lot of what they're doing, they're going to be the first. So I'd much rather them overpromise and say, you know what, this is the big idea, this is the big picture. If we fall short, we fall short. So we've been seeing a lot of fear coming out with that, but either way, I wouldn't get too worried about this. It's just like what's going on with China. A lot of fear in the market. A lot of people who aren't for crypto, don't like crypto, they are trying to push it down when ultimately a lot of these projects, a lot of these things that people are working on, especially with Cardano, what's going on with Bitcoin, Ethereum, they're eventually going to come true. And it's just a matter of time. We need to see some things play out, see the networks continue to develop and improve over time. But it's similar to what's going on in China, just a lot of fear in the market, when ultimately, in my opinion, like, yes, there's always some underlying truth to that FUD and all that fear, but it gets blown out of proportion. Like, yes, there's always some underlying truth, but in my opinion, it gets blown out of proportion.